really do want to see how the dynamic of this new team works out.
The neck has been cracked from left to right from Uncle Sud. He is fired up, man. Yeah, so guys, when we do inevitably go to an Astro listen, enjoy, because he's directly behind. He gets like a special VIP pass. They can have their own coach, doesn't matter, but it's like, oh, Uncle Sud, come on. You can hang out.
I don't know if they were just squirming yesterday, but we kind of had some of the scrims going on behind us here, or in front of us here, and he was just, even yesterday, going.
Dude, he's words can't explain what he is. He's unexplainable. He is basically the missing link.
I tell you,
the Ark of the Covenant.
This Easter Saturday.
Easter Saturday.
I think it comes better with the Blazers. I think than it did with the Ties.
Yeah.
It's starting to become a regular thing with us.
It is, man. Nice. So ladies and gentlemen, going into this matchup, on the other side here, we have Cryptic. Now, Cryptic is going to be a team who, well, one, we haven't unfortunately haven't really watched them play that much due to not streaming and all that stuff, but like, Nemesis is that player who you can really watch out for. For me, he's kind of like that missing link for teams.
Yeah, and I think we are going to be hopping into game one here. I've been warming up for the past 20 minutes, so I got to think we're getting ready to roll here.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, in the best of 5, we will be starting off with Capture the Flag on Skyline. This is going to be the first of 5 flag caps. Will win it. You have the sticky detonator bottom middle. Other than that, it is all about the team shot, and your flag has to be at home to score the other team's flag.
Yeah, and like you said, there aren't, like a lot of other maps, aren't really that many power weapons you have to be concerned with. That sticky that bottom middle is really the most important thing. Other than that, it comes down to making formulated pushes, working together to get that flagpole out. As we mentioned quite a few times yesterday, you're going to see most teams today focus on pulling that flag out DMR. So.
I was just getting ready to try to figure out how to segue into, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be spawning benches and evas the majority of the time. But right away here, we are seeing as Winter is going to be able to truck this flag in. He is already on the Needler pipes, and no member of Reality Check is really in a position besides Hoaxer, but he doesn't want to overcommit for this. So Blue Team will actually be striking first here. And Maze, the one thing I want to talk about on this map is we never talk about like one side having an advantage over the others, but Red Team, like Red Base on this game type actually has an advantage in my opinion and a couple other pros' opinions because it's easier to nade that DMR ramp. You can get that nade so much easier because of the line of sight.
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier on your pushes, whereas when you're blue, you have a much more narrow window.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I'm blown away at how quick that cap happened. Because typically, you might see that on a dispatch or a simplex because that first overshield a lot of times does lead to a fast cap. But you don't have that overshield here. It usually takes a little bit to kind of get set up to get top-middle domination and then make a push. But that was, I think that flag was pulled in like 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was quick. Very, very quick. Well, we are going to have a 2 flags being pulled here. Sud 1's trying to run the blue team flag. He's got a guy bottom middle. He's putting in shots. Hoaxer has a guy behind him. Or he's behind the guy. Wait for it. All right, he's going to be able to bring him up, get the touch. Now he's going to run this flag out the DMR side. He has to be careful because he has absolutely no help. Sud 2 coming off the respawn. Elum Knight now pushing in under the needles. His guy in front of him hits with 1 nade and but they do get the touch. They keep it alive.
Nice flag kill there. He is going to have one behind him. We'll see if we're going to have what's become now like the Adrift standoff. We don't tend to last quite as long. I know we had a 5 to 6 minute one yesterday, and we'll hope that isn't the case here. But a little bit different, at least here, than on Adrift. The flag player can become a little bit more involved if he moves to the street, get a couple shots in people here and there, so that at least adds a little more excitement to those standoffs.
Elum Knight trying to push in with the sticky det. He is getting shots from all angles here. Suspector's trying to round around for the blue team, trying to put some fire on him. Down goes Elum Knight. Sud 2 does have the flag. Now, so this is when we start throwing out stuff that's, all theoretical. We're like, oh, well, in this stalemate, you can send 3 guys one way and try to catch them on the flank, right? But it really comes down to just, it's a game of numbers. As soon as you kill one, you guys, we have number advantage. We got to push up.
Yeah, those 1 and 2 person pushes don't typically work very well on this map at all.
No.
Just because it's so small and the spawns come a lot quicker than you think in this, and typically you're gonna need at least 3 to 4 to actually make a successful pull. it's not like a drift where you can kind of get one stuck in behind and actually get a decent pull when they're pushed up. It does not work on this map, too small.
Reality Check trying to run another flag here as that stalemate didn't go in favor of them. It's now going to be 2-0 in favor of Cryptic. And Sud1 trying to run this flag Needles. This is something we never see, and he's just going to be taken down. And the reason why you don't see teams run at Needles is because when you run at Needles, one, they're probably going to spawn under you. And the other thing is you don't want the enemy spawning DMR to get such a direct shot to your base.
Yeah, I don't even think I've ever really seen a team, if you've had like a 3 or 4 down situation, really forcing like all DMR spawn. I mean, someone's always spawning either at the needle ramp, their top needle, or somewhere like around the bottom pillar area with easy access to put shots or grenades on the flag guy. So that again is why you're going to see pretty much every single flag run will go DMR side.
Let me ask you this, Maves, and I don't understand why, but it seems like in this game so far, top middle control seems to be almost obsolete. Is that kind of like what we're going to be looking out for here this week?
I don't think so. I mean, a top middle is so important. Not only just from the easier standpoint of shooting, kind of from top to bottom, it's much easier to be our battle for you, but also for calling people out. It's a lot easier to see where people are coming from. And top middle, though, I mean, you do want to get control before you push, but top middle actually becomes the most important, on your flag run or on stopping that flag run. You can be very, very, very annoying, almost similar to how you can be on Simplex.
Yeah, because normally you see is like top middle control. I mean, with all these 8 players I'm watching right now, no one's really doing it. All they're doing is they're going top middle and they're jumping on the flat and then they're trying to get on the street. Oh, and as we all know, he almost gave him the Harlem Shake, but as we all know, that street you can cause so much.
Oh yeah, the street is street's huge here. I mean, top middle on this is important, but it's not as important as let's say like ring 3 control and dispatch. It's just it's not quite the same. But you need to obviously kind of have that cleared out and have control of that before you make that push. Otherwise, it's just not really going to be successful.
Dude, there's no way Suspector's still alive with this flag. This is crazy. Down goes Suspector finally with the flags all the way back into Needle Pipe. Members of Reality Check have to push back. This is going to be a 2-on-3 scenario here. Tragic has one guy. Did he see him? He didn't see that guy. Oh, here comes. Oh, he did see him.
He jumped over it.
Down goes Tragic. This is going to be a 1-on-2
why he
scenario.
didn't go for the touch there. I don't know if it returned right before, if he just decided to do a little Michael Jordan hop over it.
He just said, you know what, man, I don't actually want this. But, Maves, it is 2-1 here. We are, 7 minutes in, 6 minutes in. I think it's time we go to an Astro listening to see what's going on with Reality Check because they should not be coming out flat on their home turf here.
I agree.
Got one.
Tragic, one shot.
Nice.
I got one.
Let's go. 3 days. Let's get spike.
He's weak. Nice.
Shot, absolutely.
3 dead.
We gotta go after him.
We gotta drop.
I'm
We gotta drop after him. All right, nice. 2 dead.
I'm getting re. Let's go to their open ramp.
All right.
Their window. The street.
Our back to our DMR. He's our open stairs.
Their
Marcus.
open ramp. Marcus.
One shot.
Their windows. One shot.
One our DMR.
Open benches right now. Open benches.
All right, I'm watching our basement and our flag. Suspect has a shot. He's got a sticky down.
Mike's
got one.
Their flag one.
On our belt.
On
our belt and our benches.
I don't see our belt.
One shot our close stairs.
Is he going in?
He's right under the close
Underneath our
stairs.
flag, dude. Underneath our flag. Got one. Our flag. Our basement. Bottom
See
mid.
that?
All right, I'm going back to our flag.
I'm
watching the ramp.
Alright, do you need help?
This is weak. Yeah, I need
Nice.
Watch open side.
Yeah, we got
open side.
him.
Alright, I'm on close. I'm on close. Close is fine.
I am at their DMR weak.
All right, I'm going to our DMR.
Shot, suspect.
Oh, our belt is our window.
Winter's weak, our street.
Pushing. Our street.
I got him.
Nice job. Watch open.
Where, Meme?
Their benches. I got 2 shots on their benches.
One shot.
Raped!
Open benches. Just pull it close.
Tragic was weak.
Pull it close,
Tragic
man.
was weak.
Pull it
I'm looking
close.
for him.
I don't know
Dude,
where
he went to DMR. The DMR right now. The
Just
DMR
shoot
right now. Their belt one shot. I'm looking DMR. Nice.
Nice.
The DMR. Side, Marcus.
He got me.
Where's he going?
They're our bench. Our
courtyard
bench. Drop our.
Their benches, the top center.
Nading top center.
Their bench is weak. Their bench is weak.
Their benches is weak. There's
Top
2
middle
guys
weak.
there.
Top middle weak. Going our open. Dropping ramp. Like open ramp. Open ramp. Alright, hold on.
Dude, on me on their benches, dude.
He needs help.
Our DMR. DMR. Need help.
I got doubled.
Our DMR guys. Our DMR. Bottom of their belt.
Belt weak on me.
2 are DMR. 2 are DMR.
Hit one.
All right, I'm about to respawn.
200 DMR. Stay Marcus.
I need
Behind you, Mike. Behind you, Mike.
Guys, man. Mike, you got him. Yeah. Weak. Stay alive.
I got one, I got
weak. Winter's weak.
James is waiting to make a play.
On their
DMR. He's in
belt.
our DMR.
Their belt, absolute.
Another guy on the flag return. On the touch.
He's weak.
All right, James. Mike.
All right, 3 dead.
Shut the
2
belt.
dead,
Shut the
2
belt.
dead.
Let's go.
He went
Bottom middle.
center. He went bottom center.
All right. Let me
I'm
return.
in their court.
They're courtyard, man.
I hear you. Behind us on our DMR.
Tragic's weak in front of you guys. I'm going for a pull.
Touch it.
Their basement.
I hear you.
Their basement.
Go!
Their basement. On their flag.
Alright, I'm pushing the flag. I'm pushing the flag.
I need help.
I'm pushing it close.
Their window, dude. Watch
I'm
your
in the
DMR.
flag. I'm in the flag.
Alright,
Fuck, dude. Their DMR nading me out.
Alright.
Coming out.
They get that top. To the window. One top middle. One top middle.
Windows, they're
One
closed,
top
dude.
middle, Marcus.
Or they're open.
I don't know where he went.
Their window. Winter. He dropped in the court.
Jump belt.
He dropped on you.
He's weak.
Watch out. Nice. We got him.
Assist
Alright,
every
two dead.
time!
Guys, by the center.
Every time, never assist!
Alright.
I'm pushing our DMR.
Top middle.
I hear you.
They're open right now.
Guys, don't run it close.
You went up,
DMR.
we're gonna court.
Jumping up their belt. James, to your left.
Our belt. Yeah.
Their window.
open
Nemesis.
benches.
Ramp.
DMR ramp.
Nemesis weak.
They
Got
are.
Nemesis.
Winner was weak. That's two
Go!
dead. Two dead.
Guy, dude, our
DMR.
DMR. Two our DMR.
I'm running this.
There's two dead. Last two are DMR.
Right.
Last two's our DMR. Help hoax.
I got shots.
They're
Watch out.
Nemesis weak. I hear you.
Mike, they're gonna push you.
Yep.
Can we kill his flag?
Watch it,
Everybody
Mike.
look at it. Help him.
Dude, Nemesis was one shot. I need the help there, dude.
Still no
Yeah,
shields
we need to help.
Two
man.
dead.
Their belt.
Two dead. Two dead.
Their belt right now. Tragic, watch out their belt. Watch out their belt.
I'm on respawn. I can't help.
Mike needs help. Mike needs
No, I
help.
can't. I can't help.
Flags
Mike,
absolute.
you're by
Flags
yourself.
absolute. That's fine.
We gotta all push because we're.
I know, I'm coming to you.
RDMR's clear.
There's street. There's benches. I got one. There's no one in. He's weak.
I'm dropping main amp.
Push. Flag guy's gonna be weak. Flag guy's one shot. Flag guy's
Another
one
on
shot.
the flag.
He's
Another
dead.
on the flag.
That's 3 dead, dude. That's 3 dead. That's 4 dead.
I got him. Give him
That's 4 dead. What are you guys doing over there? I'm getting another pull.
Get a pull.
Bench to DMR, Aiden. Bench to our DMR.
I'm watching the street.
He's top mid.
The
benches on the benches on that weak.
Two on the benches. Two on the benches.
Let's go.
How many dead?
That's 3 dead. Last guy's on their benches.
They're benches right now.
I got flag all the way to our
We
flag.
have-
Make sure I catch him. Make sure I catch him.
One shot at DMR. One shot at
Watch our
DMR.
DMR.
I'm looking.
I think there's one chasing shot.
Take it in 20 seconds.
You're getting desperate over there.
2 shot at DMR. 2
Get out
shot
of
at DMR right now.
One shot DMR.
Maven Cryptic is just one flag cap away here from taking this game number 1 on Reality Check. I gotta say I'm stunned, man.
Yeah, and like, what we heard, from, at least we can kind of hear the listener a little bit. I know it's definitely coming through clear to you guys because we're hearing it all the way from the main stage, but it didn't sound like the best communication going on for Reality Check. Seemed like we heard a little bit more frustration than anything. At least that's what it sounded like to me. But yeah, I mean, all it's at is gone from 2-1 to 4-1, and they've kind of cemented control here for the Cryptic team.
Oh, Sud2 trying to run a flag here. He's got it out at the DMR. Nemesis coming around on the flank. Tragic pushing up top middle, and now he sees the flag guy. He has 2 options there. He can go back to his base, or he can try to get a stop. But really, they're not in that position where they have to worry about stopping the flag at all times because they have a 3-cap lead. They just have to make sure nothing gets away from them.
Yeah, and going back to kind of what we talked about before the break, before the listen-in, you mentioned that you weren't seeing a lot of top middle control, and we kept looking for it. And Cryptic made an attempt to get a little bit of control sometimes, but every time we saw someone, maybe whether it was Hoax or Sud2, they get a kill top middle and just get out. They just would be out right away. They wouldn't try to kind of associate that control over the map, and I don't really understand why.
Yeah, and the weird thing about that is just because normally we see is like it's a cycle game. Even still on capture the flag here, you get top middle control and then you know that you have numbers and you wait for your teammates to push up and then you use your elevation and take advantage of it. But in this, it's like, well, we got top middle. Let's get out of here, man.
But I kind of agree with what I'm seeing through the chat a little bit. I think Reality Check is gonna still end up winning this series, but yeah, they don't look very good right now. They just they got some work to do. They got to climb back into this series because I don't think in the next 2.5 minutes they're gonna overcome a 4-1 deficit. But we've seen crazier things.
Yeah, we have. We have. Well, Host are trying to run the flag out. He's going to be taken down by a pulse grenade thrown by Tragic. Tragic sitting on the DMR. He's going to be taking fire. Down he goes. And Love Knight spots the guy. Will they be able to get a touch? Yes, they do. Sud2 trying to run this flag up neither. Now he's going to wisely run it through the pillars. Because Love Knight's going to try to protect him here. But when you run that flag low, man, you just get bombarded with names.
Yeah, a lot of times that low flag run ends up sometimes what you're used to on dispatch. It just ends up being a lot of people diving at it, dive at it, inch it forward, and eventually leads to a cap.
Sud2, the last remaining member of Reality Check here, as Cryptic is going to be pushing on their base. They did not decide to grab the flag cap there. Suspector was trying to run around and get that Cyclo spawns. Down he goes. Elumnight's fighting the guy on the kneelers. He's putting in shots. He has a teammate right next to him, and he's going to drop down, get his eagle on, and get the beat down. Moving into the street. He is just waiting, looking around, and the crowd is erupting from something on the side. It's going to be my buddy Valen.
Yes, I think Valen is going nuts. And we did just hear from the commission. I guess it was finalized. We saw the rumors in chat, but it sounds like Pure has picked up #Kyle himself.
Loophole Lion is figured out yet another loophole, ladies and gentlemen.
But Elamite will be joining the Pure squad. So, we'll see how that pans out. Obviously, they haven't had practice as a squad because it's Saturday and they just got it figured out. But he's a seasoned veteran. I'm sure he'll fit right in.
Yeah. Well, 60 seconds here left on the clock, Maven, as Reality Check is in desperate need of getting this cap and yet another one. And the scary thing about this is there's no way they're going to be able to get this cap within 20 seconds flawlessly. So someone on their team has to sneak into the enemy's base and then get in a position to pull the flag again. So this is going to be very, very crazy. And look for Sud2 to try to get over there. So here it comes. Hoaxer's waiting for this flag return, and Sud2 is going to be in the enemy's base basically. He's at the DMR. Oh no, he went top middle. He does have time to work with here. We have 18 seconds. Elumnight trying to come off the respawn. Sud2 finally establishing top middle control when he doesn't need it. And the members of Cryptic now are sitting at their base. They have turtled up, which is exactly what they should do here. Elumnight pushing in through the needles. Down goes Hoaxer. Sud1 coming in, and the pull has been made by Sud2.
Get a touch. And this, I was going to say before, we were kind of distracted by the Kyle situation. If they got that cap and got a pull right away, they had a shot. That's exactly what they did. And wasn't enough, but it was close. They started to obviously look better there at the end, which is I think is more of kind of how we expected this.
I'm so
to go.
Sud2 was in such a perfect position. So I was sitting there, I was like, oh, Sud2 is going to be able to push into the flag. So right there, what happened was they were Elumnight and Hoaxer were waiting for the flag to be returned so they could cap it, and then we were sitting there, and Sud2 was in their courtyard, so he had two options. He could run straight into their DMR and get into their flag as they're basically on the respawn, or he could go top middle. One was the right decision. The wrong decision is which one he did.
Yeah.
And then he just sat top middle, and just the clock was against him.
And
you got to make those moves.
They just brought up the kind of final stats there, and I was going to say I bet you they were relatively even, and they were. I think it was. Reality Check might have actually outslayed them by a couple kills, which isn't.
Yeah, they did.
Isn't a big difference, but. It was close, and that's really what I expected.
All right, well, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Team Slayer on Honors. Stay tuned.
Only 6 o'clock in the morning and my heartbeat is out of control. 10 minutes into boarding, feels like I'm about to explode. Time for the rider, tension started to swirl. I can't believe I'm gonna free fall from the top of the world. Senses peaked with a crazy anticipation. Feeling like this, tell me how the hell can I be patient? Jumpsuit rig, Google helmet all in place. Double checking just in case. I'm elated, baby, freedom one green light away, and I just can't wait.
Every time you wanna feel freedom in your life, just go skydiving, baby, go skydiving, yeah. Every time you wanna feel freedom in your life, just go skydiving, baby, go skydiving, yeah.
Spread my wings, time to fly. One step out, all it takes for me to touch the sky. So amazing, so liberating. 12,000 feet, AGL, so breathtaking. Belly down, box me now. 4 minutes of pleasure without any spark of distraction around. Only 6 o'clock in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have game number 2. coming in for you very, very shortly here. I'm Gandhi alongside Maven. Maven, Team Slayer on Onyx, we saw as Reality Check just lost capture flag on Skyline. Is this the swing game type for him? We always say like, oh, well, this is the swing game type for him whenever it's there, but is Onyx it?
If it goes anything like the All-Star matches did, which I know are not the best example, but it was whatever team was winning Slayer was losing the objective and vice versa. So we'll see if that trend, at least for us commentating, continues today. And I think it might. It's one of the few Slayers that the better team can really dominate. Like, you and I have said time and time again, and gosh, did we see that, last event with that Classic versus Warriors game, which
that wasn't
just
even
got
like a game
out of hand in a hurry. And those were, two what we thought, very equally skilled teams, and that just was a blowout. So wild. I don't really know what to expect here after seeing such a balanced Skyline CTF, but I think this game type might give us a little better idea of who the better team is.
Yep. I think so too. Now, so the big thing on Team Slayer on Onyx here, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's an overshield top middle that's going to be dynamic spawn. So when you grab it at 52, it's going to be up at 52 2 minutes from that time. And you have to control it. The other thing is the scatter shot bottom middle. And the last thing, which is something that we've actually seen kind of make its debut a lot here on this, is that light rifle on the gold side.
Yeah, the light rifle on LAN is scary. And, it lost some of its power when the 4-shot BR changed, but it's still, when it comes to time and range, it's better than the BR. So we'll see how much they decide to use it here.
Yeah, and so, obviously it's the first to 50 will win this game type. Scatter shot bottom middle, overshield top middle, as you just said. But really, Migs, I don't think anyone would have predicted Cryptic to win this matchup. It's really just because, Reality Check has been such, kind of a staple in the competitive Halo 4 community so far. I mean, they've been around for forever, but now, they've really caught their stride. And I don't think too many people, myself included, put too much faith in Winter because, Winter, he devours us online, right? Everyone knows that, but he hasn't really had the best tournament performance yet.
Yeah, and you see, we're on the screen with Tragic here, and he keeps an eye, he's basically looking at his teammates, and he keeps checking the spot he just came from, because a lot of times in this map, and some of what can happen in Skyline Team Slayer, or several maps really, is you can get that back spawn, which will happen here quite often. That's why he kept looking at his teammates, kept looking back at the base. So the second they get pushed up past that halfway mark, you really, really, really have to be wary of that base spawn behind you.
Yep. So there's really two main strategies here that you're going to see on Team Slayer on Onyx. There is the top gold and hold a base strategy, which is kind of my personal favorite. You kind of make an L around the map, and I like that because really top gold, you have a lot of cover, the light rifles there, you can put down a lot of firepower. The other one is the cycle game. Now the cycle game is something that you'll see a lot of teams do when they're just steamrolling their opposition. And what they do is they basically fight for gold and green, and then they try to trap you in the base, and then they push on the base, they kill you all again, and then they try it all over again.
Yeah, that's the latter of those two is, I'd say, the harder kind of to coordinate effectively with your team. But if you kind of get on a roll in that cycle, just pinching the base, it can get out of hand in a hurry. And that type of style is more fun for me because it's always fun to fly people. It really is.
Well, if anything, everyone knows you love pressing left bumper, Maven.
Left bumper and the A button are my two favorite buttons on the controller.
It's amazing how many times you got that. And 23 to 13 here. We're going to have that overshield coming up.
I got about 48, I believe, and you'll see that did go to Cryptic. And it's the last thing you want right now if you're Reality Check. You're down 10 and you'd miss another overshield. So they've got to start getting control of that, or this is going to get out of hand in a hurry.
Well, it's weird when I'm looking at Reality Check right now. They have Sud 2 sitting top yellow, Sud 1 was just bottom middle, and Hoaxer's over at yellow, and then Yellow Knight's trying to push over to green. It doesn't seem like they have any actual idea as to how to respond to this Cryptic team. Cryptic's doing the traditional 2-2. They have the 2-1-1. So they're going to have two guys at yellow, one guy at the base, and one guy at green. And the thing about that kind of works is just that Winter can look around and just clean up everything. Which is good, because that's why I love top gold.
Yeah.
Clean up everything.
Just looking at the Reality Check team right now, just a second ago we had Sun bottom yellow, I think Hoaxer was bottom middle, and one person was dead, and the other person was about to die. So basically they had bottom control, and that's not going to work in this type of any game type, really. you need the high ground, and so far they haven't really been able to establish that at all, and that's why currently they're down kind of big.
Well, 31 to 24 here, Maven. We are jumping back on board with Winter. He's got 2 guys top green. He's going to throw some nades long distance. As one gets an assist on one, his teammate's going to clean up that kill. That's going to be Suspector. And he's literally just been pitching a tent here at top gold, and it works out for him. Now here comes the cycle game, Maven. They killed a lot of the members of Reality Check. They know they're going to be spawning green and or blue. And watch Winter. He's going to rotate around. He's going to call it out, stay alive, and then if anyone comes out green, he's throwing in shots. This is looking good.
Yeah, as soon as I say it was getting away from them, they started to come back.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh no, it has actually become a 13 kill game. Yeah, I thought, yeah. Well, I looked at it. I thought that was a 0. It was an 8. So no, it got out of hand. Even more than it previously had.
Escalated quickly.
Well, we have Scott trolling me as we commentate this game here, but. Yeah, this, if they go down 2-0, just what we've seen from them, the personalities that we know the Suds have, it's not, I don't know how they're going to handle, going down 2-0 in a game that I'm assuming they expected to win.
Yeah.
That's the toughest thing when you have that, outgoing, confident personality, and you kind of talk trash. When you start losing to a team that you expect to beat, it gets ugly.
Well, hold the phone here, Maven. They are just 2 cycles away, really, from tying this one up. But it's going to be a tough one. Down goes Sud 2. You got Sud 1 pushing up the top green. Alum Knight spawning bottom. That's going to be bottom blue. And dude, they just can't catch a rhythm. The members of Cryptic are doing a great job, kind of just putting themselves in the base and waiting for what you but it's so scary to do that.
Yeah, I thought they might have a chance for a second there because I saw actually most of the Cryptic team was, kind of bottom base there for a little bit, bottom or front base, which is, again, not really where you want to be. And they had a chance here, the Reality Check team, to get up or get up top. And it doesn't look like they did a great job of it.
Yeah, well, 3 kills away here for Cryptic, but the lead is down to 5 here. Reality Check trying to make a last-minute rally. We have Nemesis in a one-on-one battle. Down goes a member of Reality Check. That's going to put him at 48-42. They are 2 kills away of going up 2-0 over Reality Check. He gets the call out. Down goes another one. They are 1 kill away.
2 big kills for Nemesis.
Nemesis. Here he comes. Here comes the push. The front jump. Up. That's the game.
There it is. And we're pretty far from the main stage now, but it sounds like the Reality Check team's hearing it. Now our 3rd game, and again, these are, we said it early on, but for those of you just hopping in, these are best of 5s now, so we're not done yet. We were at least going to have one more game, but the way things have looked for us thus far, it may be broom time in this series, but
there may be a broom.
This is going to come down to kind of what we talked about. Can Alum Knight be that vocal leader?
Well,
can he pull stuff around and kind of give them a little pep talk here? Maybe the combination of this Alum Knight, Uggle Sud, yell, roar,
the secret concoction of awesome. Here's my thing. So normally, traditionally, we see as Onyx is a map where small talk is really big. Yeah. And of course, everyone knows how to play Onyx. At least they're getting to that point because the map's more familiar with everyone. But that's a small talk generated map. Reality Check didn't look the best on that. Yeah. Skyline, very small talk oriented. Station 9 is the premier
the
small
most
talk map.
Well, they've looked disoriented. Cryptic they just look to be moving together better. I don't see how Reality Check comes back and wins this particular game type after how the first 2 have gone. But
they're going to have to catch fire. But the one thing I will say before we go to a commercial break is that they have to be obedient. You can't have on Station 9 those 15 seconds, guys. It's 3 on 4. Let's try to get this disarmed. No, stop. Stop what you're doing. Don't even think about it. Get out of there. Set up for the new one. Yeah. And I mean that's something that. It's possible with Reality Check to see multiple times.
Yep. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break, I think, here in a second. But just guys, so we are following the chat, so we do want to see your feedback. And I've seen a couple of things about Gandhi's mic, but we can hear us coming through the speakers, and he's coming through fine. So I don't know what the chat, what the viewers are hearing, but keep us posted. But he seems to be coming through all right at our end.
Like talking to my boob. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, hopefully my mic is all good.
Say it's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Reality Check taking on Cryptic, and you're not seeing the scoreboard wrong here. Reality Check is actually getting reality checked in this series, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. Did you see? We were talking yesterday. We had some players missing, showing up late, but we do have for those of you who worried, we do have a neighbor sighting.
Neighbor sighting.
He is in the building. And for those of you who weren't here earlier, we did also address, we do not have any idea what the details are, but Lifestyle didn't make it. And they did pick up Element on the pure squad. But to hop into the game here, we're just getting started, and we're going to see if Reality Check can avoid this.
Well, all 4 members dead. Four-team Reality Check, his nemesis is going to be running around top middle. Tragic does have those rockets. He's going to be called out. So he has to play
Sub 2 just jumped off the map. And from my little understanding of the game, typically when your entire team is dead, the next thing you do not need is to jump off the map.
Yeah, no, I think John Madden could figure that one out.
Yeah, that's not a good start here, but we'll see if they get turned around.
I think they might be taken out of it. And I coached against them last night in the All-Star game. I coached against both sons. And I have to say that on Station 9, there's times where I was like, Sud 1, he doesn't understand when to challenge and when not to. And he has a good shot. He is a great player. He destroyed me in a 1v1, right?
Second round was better.
Yeah, but decision making on no, I saw it. I couldn't even finish a sentence there. But decision making wise, he misses it. He just does the wrong thing.
Well, I play quite a bit. This map, without question, was the hardest for me to not just be awful at. It took me a lot of time because it's just so different than prior Halos. Just didn't really even feel like Halo to me sometimes. But yeah, this is the one map where being just sneaky and annoying and saying that's just what you have to do. I mean, that's how you have to play. There's times where I would crouch around the corner for 30 seconds, just waiting for that eventual push to come for the extraction. You would never, ever, 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 ever find me doing that on any different game type in Halo ever. But in this, you kind of have to play that way.
Yeah, it's so weird too because when those extractions are like E and E, when they're down low, you can hide such a nuisance at those holograms. You're just hiding behind the little table, waiting to poke out. Yeah. So I would never do that.
And the reason that you guys will hear so much, when we go to listen-ins on this map, or when you hear us, mention how important survival is, especially in this game type, the big reason that you're going to hear "Stay Alive" yelled so much is because of how brutal the spawns can be here. If you don't have a teammate or two up, to keep the spawns coming and keep that push coming, if you spawn across map, give the extraction up because you're not getting there for 15 seconds.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, Maven, we are going on to our third extraction here. Cryptic and Reality Check all tied up in this game, but it's Cryptic who is up 2-0 in the series. We're going to go to an Astro listening to see what's going right for them because they're winning their individual battles and they seem to have the intensity.
Yo, top middle, dude. Top middle, next to us.
Watch screen. I'm dead. I died.
Is he getting him?
No, he's not. But he's top green. He's top green on the left side corridor.
Blue door.
Red door, blue door.
Dude, top green.
Nemesis is dead.
Top green. Marcus is going top middle.
Got him.
Alright, you dead.
I'm dead.
Alright, I'm gonna push this.
Yes, I'm on top.
Alright, this two dead.
I'm watching red.
I don't see anybody jetpack.
Red's
Pushing
clear.
blue. I'm
Red's
gonna push
clear.
you. I'm gonna flank blue.
Alright, I'm nading down here. I got one. I hit one.
Blue. Hold on, dude.
How many are there? There's
at least 2, man. I need help. Alright.
James is behind him. Blue door to top center.
Two there. I wasted 2
We
rockets
had to
though.
push. We were supposed to push that before we go for extract.
Yeah, I know. I got naded though. I was no
Top
shield. I had
center.
to
Top center.
extract.
They spawned here. They spawned at me. They spawned at me.
Kyle, I'm coming. Are we watching this?
They're both one shots down here. They're both one shots.
Kyle, I'm right here. Back up.
They're both one.
I got hard light. They're both shooting me.
Dude, I can't.
There's 4 down here.
He's one shot.
Kyle's one shot.
I killed one.
Challenging on it.
I don't know how.
Your last one.
I'll tell you when they get on.
He's one shot. Hoax.
You guys on it. I think he's one shot going for it. Okay, we're good though.
Get to top yellow. Get to top
Go
yellow.
top yellow. I'm gonna wait for you guys. They're gonna be on the 8 number with you.
Me and Josh push this way. You guys push blue.
One sitting bottom red ramp. He's just staring at red ramp.
Go
ahead. You have ordnance. We're gonna need that.
Man, I'm playing.
One dead.
I got double.
I'm pushing red.
Someone's last one bomb. Go for it.
Where?
Two more. Last
Dude, I thought there was 3 dead, man.
I thought there was
both
2.
hollows.
They said
I'm
they
here,
got
dude.
one.
I'm here.
They're gonna spawn the other ramp.
I got one. They spawn there. They spawn anchor. They spawn anchor, dude.
Next one's top mid
Yeah,
in 20
that's first one.
seconds. Next one's top mid.
You gotta challenge one, dude.
Watching
They're gonna push you.
Keep him down there. Keep him
Nice
down
shot.
there. Let me get this next
Push
one.
your top yellow in. Push your top yellow. Stay alive. You have to stay alive.
For next one.
I'm right behind you.
There's gonna be 2 top yellow.
I'm running,
Two
I'm
guys on
running.
Go for the next one. Go for the next one. Nate, I'll kill him.
No one's red. No one's red.
We're getting green.
No one's
3
red.
seconds to next extraction.
Yeah, so one's top yellow, one shot.
I got one. I got one.
What's your top green?
Two green.
Hook your top green. Hook your top green. There's no one top yellow window.
Top green still.
Yellow window, watch out.
I'm one shot, I'm one
All
shot.
right, I'm looking yellow window.
Shot down, Kyle, one shot.
I got him. I got him.
Nice, Kyle.
Nice.
I got another one. I got another one.
Watch red ramp. I'm watching red ramp.
Where that, Kyle?
Everyone
yeah,
start,
shooting
keep
his
calling
body.
out, keep calling out.
I don't know
Watch
where
green
they're at.
hollows, watch green hollows. I'm
I'm
watching
sitting on
green.
red
I need
ramp.
one in
I'm
blue.
sitting on red ramp. I don't have any.
Green hollows, man. Nice shots, man.
Top one's one shot bottom blue.
Shane, back up, back
I know, I'm
up.
not
Watch
telling
yellow
you.
window, Shane.
Rockets
One shot,
up 30
two.
seconds.
There's one shot, sub two to
Watching
your
blue
left.
ramp.
Rockets come up 15 seconds into the next
Yo, blue
extraction.
ramp, I need help.
They're on hollows. They're on my hollows.
I got it. Get eyes
Sub
on
two's one
this.
shot, yellow window. There's 2 yellow window, I mean.
Hoax is one
I need
shot.
help watching this. I need help
One
watching
shot top
this.
mid. 3 seconds.
Get the new one. Guys, they're nowhere near the new one. Guys, they're nowhere near the new one.
Triple kill,
Oh my
triple
God, you
kill.
got
Where,
two.
where, where?
I got eyes, I got eyes. Go,
5
go,
seconds
go.
to new rocket.
Red
You're
ramp's
good on
clear.
that.
Oh, they're gonna be blue ramp, I bet. No, I
Watch.
see 'em.
No, they're gonna be green. They're gonna be
This
green.
is last one. This is last one. That's one
Watch out,
rocket.
Rockets
watch out,
came up.
Stay alive, guys.
They
They're
have
on.
rockets.
He's
They have
one
rockets.
shot.
They have rockets.
One guy, blue
I
ramp,
mean,
one
I
shot,
mean.
blue ramp, one shot.
Well, Scott, looks like Cryptic has a 5th and final arm
Yeah,
landed here, and
it's coming in. Hoaxer does have the rockets there for free reality check, so you can't count them up completely. But this bottom one, they have a pretty good setup here. They got two guys down low. Nemesis is coming around on the flank, and Tragic. They're all just watching this. They're waiting for reality check to make a bad move.
yeah, and this just. I mean, typically I feel like we have a pretty good grasp beforehand, which way the series is going to go. But wow, are we off on this? I mean, this.
Yeah.
I thought there was a chance to be close, but I really felt reality check in this series, and it has not gone that way at all.
Yeah, and there we have it, Maven. Cryptic brings out the boom to 3-0 reality check on the home turf. I have to say, a little bit shocked.
And well, we're going to have 2 kind of interesting storylines now. We're going to get to see how reality check responds, how this run through the losers bracket goes for them.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get to see if Cryptic, might kind of be the real deal. They look great there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And I think we have, if I heard correctly, we have Ambush versus Cryptic then on main stage, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Is that going to be the next
I
game?
believe so.
And I'm sorry, I just said we're going to see if they're the real deal, and now they get to go against Ambush. So good luck.
To be honest, though, Winter actually has played against them early every single tournament, and they haven't been terrible games. Ambush is a team that kind of warms up as the tournament goes on. So if there's a chance we will lose a game. It's possible, but only time will tell. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, we will have that matchup for you. Stay tuned.
It's so Thank you.